Aloha, y'all. It is Friday, Freya's Day, the 11th of December. Today is a red planetary Earth Day guided by life force, according to the Dream Spell calendar, and it is the solar plexus day. So if you're going to be doing chakra chanting and chakra kind of balancing, etc., Manipura chakra, the solar plexus chakra, Ram, do the mudras, do the mantras, the mudras, something like this over your navel, basically. And the key of E, check out the magic, do the chakra stuffs. You will find that it goes a long way. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for the day. I woke up, I had a podcast yesterday. The day before that, same similar thing, but I rushed through it. So instead, yesterday, I just like, fuck it, I won't do it, which I regretted. I just got to manage my time a little better. All good. On this Friday, the 11th, we have the Sun in Sagittarius, the Moon in Scorpio, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Aries. A whole lot of strong energy. So let's see what's going on this Freya's day. Let's shuffle some cards. What wants to come out? We got the Two of Cups. This is the Tantra card, the Lover's card without being the Lover's card, ironically. So, Two of Cups. A lot of mirroring going on here, and it's Haley, my fiance, who's now watching, binging, I should say, Twin Peaks, and I'm rewatching it myself as we speak. A lot of mirroring going on in that television show. Two of Cups. Radiating the pure essence of love, practicing Tantra and Taoist beliefs, becoming aware of the cosmic balance of male and female energy. Dolphinitely aware of yin and yang energy today myself. Two of Cups. I merge with the beloved. The human form carries amazing capacity for blissful expression. Bliss so vast, boundless, and immeasurable, it encompasses every possible word or definition ever invented. Both Tantra and Taoism teach that women and men are gifted the capacity to be multi-orgasmic, riding the waves of energy and pleasure to reach higher and higher peaks. Reaching these peaks allows an opening and surrender to one's true essence, the transcendental self, pure awareness, the divine. The Two of Cups reveals the beauty and power created when two beings, two threads woven together, unite. The art depicts the lovers in tantric union, and it involves polarity, right? It's like they're not, when two become one, it's like two dissimilar things become one new thing. The third path, right pillar, middle, left pillar, right hand path, left hand path, middle path, right? That's the Kabbalah, that's Freemasonry, that's everything. Dynamic sexual energy supported by the power of intention, conscious surrender, and the skillful and I pulled the surrender card, complete surrender, today with Haley. Conscious surrender and the skillful use of breath circulating their bodies, received and given at their sex and their hearts, joins the two in a unified circle of ecstatic color and light, blissfully bursting through them and out and beyond. They sit incongruously next to a high brick wall, a hole in it revealing another reality, one that sits behind what is normally experienced, and also a recurrent theme throughout the Starman. There's always more to the picture than meets the eye, whether it's through meditation, psychedelics, whatever. Like, there's more than your just five senses allow you to see in a normal state of consciousness. There's higher, deeper levels of consciousness always simultaneously occurring. It's all one thing, but there's layers to the cake. In that reality, we see the golden caduceus spiraling snakes, which are spiraling snakes, ancient sacred emblems of rebirth, winding around the staff of Apollo, god of healing. The Ankh adorns the top, the ancient Egyptian symbol of life, fertility, and the union of male and female gods Osiris and Isis, earth and sky. This is surrounded by the cosmic dance and connectivity of intelligence, the neuron web. At the heart of Tantra lies the idea of awakening Kundalini, a feminine, dynamic energy depicted as a serpent lying dormant at the base of the spine. This energy can be awakened by cultivating sustained sexual energy and circulating it with loving presence, opening to your eternal and spacious nature. Preserving the energy releases, preserving the energy release of the small bodily orgasm. Kundalini is harnessed and shoots up the spine to the crown of the head, where it radiantly explodes as light. It then showers the body with the healing rain of love, ecstasies of soul or consciousness. And this is on page 144, I might add. The Two of Cups, reflecting the lovers, invites you to not only look at the potential of sexual union outside in the world, but also travel within. You could do alchemy with a partner. Haley is my partner. I have yet to meet her, or she's in England and I'm in America. But we can also do this internally. I have a male and a female inside of me, right? That's the whole spine with the Ida and Pingala, the shooting up the Sushumna, causing Kundalini. Both and. To become more conscious and more dynamic of the dynamic dance, embrace and play of the inner feminine and masculine energies that shape your life. Further, it seeks to make you aware of the potential dynamism and creativity birthed when two or more forces are drawn together, usually opposing forces, right? Opposite forces. The union of entities of potentialities. These are ideas, talents, abilities, lovers, friendships, etc. This is in essence a magical key with which to manifest and live a powerful, radiant, creative life. Who you choose to spend your time with, exchanging ideas, feelings, and energy will either greatly enhance your ability to make things happen or diminish it. Choose wisely. Two of Cups, radiating the pure essence of love, practicing Tantra and Taoist beliefs, becoming aware of the cosmic balance of male and female energy. Yin and Yang, night and day, Ida Pingala, Shiva Shakti, all of it, Poles are evident in all reality. It's a unified reality, Metatron's cube, but that's a pole, that's a pole. That's a pole, that's a pole. There's negative space, and then there's representational space, right, with the actual symbol itself in metal or whatever. So it's real talk. So let's get a clarifying card. We've got the 5. We've been getting a lot of 5s lately. Of Earth. 5 of Earth. Let's see what she has to tell us. Hopefully y'all are doing well. It snowed here in Colorado, so it's a little chilly. But that's winter, baby. What do you expect, right? I am in Colorado. 5 of Earth. Did I pass the Earth? Yes. All right, so 5 of Earth. Easy options, easy money, connivance, deception, unnecessary risk, addiction, and blame. And Haley pulled seduction and addiction as her card. So both of our cards that we pulled earlier together are being represented here, even in this read. Key phrases: avoiding easy answers, thinking twice about taking risks, something is not as it seems, be honest with yourself, you are accountable, do you gamble with another's future, consider the feelings of others, and looking beyond selfish desires and blame. When the 5 of excuse me, when the 5 of Earth card appears, awareness is of key importance. Something is not right. Someone is not as they seem. Someone lies and deceives, and that someone could be you. Could it be that you are lying to yourself and those around you? It might not be a deliberate deception, but it is a deception nonetheless. The 5 of Earth can also symbolize the devil inside, who encourages you to take the easy way out, to look for options that lead to instant gratification, instead of putting in the hard work that yields enduring success. These two have to submit to each other and play a certain game to even raise the levels of Kundalini Tantra. It's not just like a quickie, right? And it isn't about themselves. It's about openness and reciprocation. Is his voice in your head and heart inspiring you to risk everything for the chance of a quick buck or a momentary thrill? Think twice. If you choose to take a gamble now, you risk losing it all. This trickster is a beautiful con man whose sweet words encourage you to believe your own lies and deceptions. He caters to your weaknesses and addictions, dealing out easy lies instead of hard truths. He tells you to blame others for all that is wrong, disappointments, heartache, past failures, and missed opportunities, instead of taking responsibility for your own choices and actions. They have to bring their own magic to the alchemy, and it isn't the other's fault. Ultimately, if the alchemy doesn't work, they can't just blame the other. It's like this is the nature of the thing right now. Wherever the deception lays at this time, there may be some basis for your doubts and questions. Your inner voice is telling you to look closer and see beyond selfish desires and blame so you can perceive the truth. Be honest with yourself, or heartache and disappointment may well follow. Suffering comes from attachment. Attachment to what? Ego desires. They're able to make. You can do this internally when you submit to yourself in a very real way, or externally when you don't hold on in an egoic way at a level. You're always going to have an ego, right? But are you taking the easy way and just being like, well, I'm going to just think what I think and not choose, never think of another way to think about it, right? This person might be like, it's seduction, and addiction, as Haley's card in the Galactic Heritage poll in our reading earlier alluded to. This is a seductive and addictive thing where it's like old Georgie, where it's like, hey, just take the easy way. Just protect yourself. You're right. They're wrong. Fuck them. Like that kind of thinking, whether it's true or not, playing with that prevents real alchemy because we're so self-absorbed that we don't think about others in a real way. Let's go ahead and get, and with Scorpio Moon, right? in the Sagittarius Sun, it could be like, I know the truth, Mercury, Sagittarius Sun, I know the truth, and it's conjunct the South Node, I might add. Right? So it's like, I know the truth, and I'm going to hold on to this and fuck them, and I'm going to attack them, or whatever. Scorpio can be really kind of divisive at times. It's self-interested. It's protecting itself. It's not like, I'll open up for everything. It's more like, I'll hide in the shadows until I feel safe. I'll keep this a secret because they aren't ready for it, because that's my opinion or what. Right? You see my point? No hate on Scorpios. They're cool. It takes all signs. We've got desperation, 33. Usually we can make, do things when we're not feeling in union and we're not submitting fully to the other and the self in a specific kind of algorithmic way. We can make desperately bad choices just for convenience sake. The easy wrong over the difficult right. Desperation. And I'm telling this to myself as much as y'all, so don't think I just know it all and I'm not having to live these truths and lessons out for myself in my own reality tunnel. That would be a misnomer. This is on page 72. 33. Zeta Reticuli desperation past. Sometimes when we are in a crisis, we make choices from fear and desperation that we later wish we could take back. This is true of the Zetas as well. This card asks you to look at the lessons learned by the Zetas and apply them to your life. Never react from fear or desperation, for those choices will be ones that are not aligned with your highest self. Wait. Watch your emotions. Feel and embrace them, then let them go. When calmness comes, make your choices from there. If you've already made a regrettable choice and it is too late to change that, bless those choices and move on with no regrets. If you have not yet read or understood the plight of the Zetas, read the other cards. I'm not going to do that. This card represents the underlying energy from the Zetas acting when they acted in trying to heal the species crisis. Even though they believed they were not connected with their emotions, this collective suppressed emotion of desperation was what drove them to make decisions, and sometimes those decisions were based on fear. If this card came up in your reading, a deep message is given on many levels. It may mean that you have a connection to the Zetas from this era, that you've helped them somehow, perhaps in genetic projects or in understanding emotions, or that you perhaps had a life as a Zeta at that time. It may also mean that you have ongoing contacts with the Zetas from this era, but even deeper than this, it asks you to look at your own life and how you make decisions. All humans feel desperation at some point in life. Look at how the issue of desperation plays out in your life and see if you can learn to confront and heal your fears before they get to the stage of desperation and decisions are not made from a healthy place, right? So sometimes when we're out of balance, where we're not in union, this person will be like, oh, I'll do whatever you want me to do. It's like, that's unhealthy past a point. You want to submit and surrender, but also maintain polarity, right? You don't want to just take the easy way out. Don't just be a cuckold, right? Don't just bend no matter what. Because that's not integrous. They're integrous because they're both holding their pole and then submitting their pole to each other for the relationship or whatever. Two of Cups. The middle path. Not just left, not just right. Middle. Forward, as Andrew Yang would say. And we could be tempted out of fear to be like, well, this is easier. It's much harder to do work. I'm going to gamble real quick. That's coming from a place of desperation. Of not seeing that, whether it's fear or laziness, desperation can cause us to do stupid things. So the animal we're getting today is tiger, the willpower. And this is a number 34. Tiger, I think she's pretty cool, so I want to make sure you guys see her. It's a little, well, that just went really dark. Whatevs. Tiger, will. Exercise your will and determination in ethical ways. So it's saying you're going to have an individual self, an ego, a will, whatever. It's real. It's not something avoidable, but do it in a proper way, not in a fearful way, not in a desperate way, right? Not in a lying way or deceptive way to yourself or others. Do not place your will over another's, right? The Two of Cups is mutuality. One's not like, well, I'm, bang me, but, you're my slave. It's not like that. It's like, it's equal. It's equal giving. Do not be afraid to be fierce, especially as a woman. We can ride our healthy anger, but we must eventually transform it into something more useful. Anger is fine, but if all you're doing is bitching and complaining and tearing down things out of anger, it's like Khaleesi in the last season of Game of Thrones. She's just destroying a city, and it's like, was that really productive? There's better things you could have done, more useful things you could have done with that anger. Mythos. Durga came riding into people's lives on the back of a snarling tiger. She was a warrior and carried weapons to subdue and destroy, yet her face was serene and calm. It was the evils of life she was after, the false illusions, the damaging rage, the petty jealousies, right? Greed and anything that the will may choose to do to harm, the easy, deceptive outs, right? The Hindu goddess Durga is the embodiment of the powerful feminine energy. Shakti, we're talking about Shiva, Shakti, that's the feminine nature of this. And she wields it mightily to make the way clear. She protects the natural order of nature and nature of the self. She rides her tiger to preserve the will we have towards what good we can do and towards subduing the negative parts of our will that we may wish to place upon others so that we are not controlled by these impulses. And usually that's what's coming from. It's like you think you're out of control, so out of desperation you try to control more. She swings her 8 arms and destroys what is evil. Not only does Durga grab the tiger by the tail, she rides it. One of the most recognizable animals on Earth due to their markings. The tiger is part of the Panthera genus. Tigers are the largest of the big cats. Even the tigresses are capable of taking down prey in excess of their own body weight. Tigers are found in Russia, Asia, and India, with the largest population in the latter. They are diurnal, carnivorous hunters eating small to medium prey such as antelope, pigs, monkey, and deer, and sometimes birds and fish. They tend to binge eat and consume huge amounts of flesh, up to 30 kilograms in one sitting. They are good swimmers. Tigers are territorial and range over big territories, enjoying a variety of habitats. This has become a problem as most tigers now live in countries where the population of humans is dense and the habitat has been much reduced. Tigers have been known to kill and eat humans, but usually this only occurs when they are being hunted by humans. As in, they only make those, they've only eaten humans out of desperation. It's like, they're fucking with me and I'm going to act out of, anger or fear or whatever. So, the magic. Tiger magic is wild and mysterious. It is the energy we can use to counter jealousy, threat, and rage. It is highly protective and helps us find more resourceful ways to deal with difficult situations and people, right? There's always a middle path. There's always an alchemical way to do things. Don't just take, don't listen to the devil and take the easy right, or the easy wrong over the difficult right. That's coming from a place of desperation, right? When you don't feel heard and you don't feel understood, you might just blow up a city like Khaleesi did in Game of Thrones. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It is the energy we can use to counter jealousy, threat, and rage. It's highly protective and helps us find a more resourceful way to deal with difficult situations and people. Tiger magic is feminine in aspect, and women can use it to help them gain confidence and define their healthy fierceness. Today, on a solar plexus day, the willpower, right? Manipura, that's the will center, the solar plexus. So we're getting more will. And usually when we don't feel like we're in our will in a healthy way, we start making bad decisions, basically. So, and it's a Venus day, Freya, Friday, right? So it's like, here comes some powerful feminine energy. Symbology: stripes, glowing eyes in the dark, rather. Woman riding a tiger. Status: there are currently less than 4,000 tigers in the world. They are critically endangered. Let's stop fucking that up. But I guess it is what it needs to be to teach us a lesson of something. It's like, they're beautiful, powerful totems. I love tigers. I very much resonate with them. So hopefully we find a balanced, healthy way to integrate them back into the world without being stupid and foolish, selfish, and deceptive to ourselves. We're like, oh, they don't matter, whatever. Let's just keep building cities and killing them. It's like, oh God. They're going to kill humans out of desperation, ultimately. But the will is what we're dealing with. She's able to clear out the path for, hold on. Oh gosh, I keep fucking this up. Good enough. She's able to clear the path of evil, of the things that prevent the flow. The flow is what we're after. That's the Wu Wei of Taoism. That middle path, both and. It's not yin, it's not yang, it's both. It's their interplay. Don't kid yourself and just be like, well, I like yin, fuck yang. I like yang, fuck yin. I'm never going to fuck with that. It's like, that's really stupid, and that can lead to further crises down the road when you're not integrated that cause more desperate situations. Your will is, as Crowley would say, the will is the whole of the law or something like that. I'm not a Thelemite, so I don't know what he's saying. But willpower is the choice point. When thy will be done, God, that's surrendering your will. But God basically wants you to basically be like, all right, thanks for giving it to me. Now here it is, back to you. It's not just about like sitting around waiting for God to do things. You're the tool through which God works at a level. So the artist we're getting today, hopefully this all makes sense. I know I can be very paradoxical and verbose. I am a double Gemini, but it happens. Marcel Duchamp. This is some interesting humor. Dadaism. I think of Team Rabbit Hole as very Dadaist. Even if you don't do psychedelics or like astrology and stuff, you'll find humor in it because humor is much better than anger, in my opinion. The granddaddy of Dada and precursor to pop, Marcel Duchamp wrote the fuzzy blueprint for conceptual art and gifted art history, the ready-made, a mass-produced object elevated to art status by the baptizing artist. An example is the famous fountain, nay, a common urinal. And this is funny because it's like Sagittarius, Sun, and Mercury is like, yo, here's a taboo, Moon and Venus in Scorpio, where it's like, this is a potty, like the potty. Back then, this was like radically taboo, I guess. And making it art, like saying it's a true, higher truth to it, and making people see new truths. Very Sagittarian energy there too. An example is the fountain, nay, a common urinal. Wordplay and irony were God to Duchamp, who caused consternation early in his career with nude descending a staircase #2, a mechanical painting of the eponymous action with nary a nude bit distinguishable. Recognition only found Duchamp in his twilight years, but his posthumous legacy is having a heyday. With the North Node in Gemini, like playfulness. We're supposed to be moving towards this, not, if you're gonna, kick ass and take names, at least like say some jokes on the way, or else you're just being a jerk. May your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy, right? It's even saying that. So I think the idea is may the tantra and the alchemy and stuff, let's be lighthearted about it. It's serious stuff, but if you take it too seriously, it'll crush you. That's, you don't deceive yourself into thinking life is, I think Alan Watts said, we take too seriously what the gods made for fun. That's our ego being like, take this shit seriously. It's like, no, play around, make love with everything, make out with everything in a way. Don't get into a desperate place where you feel isolated and alone. Your will is either building up walls or making bridges. Basically, that's the two options, and those are your choices. You're either making bridges or you're making walls. That's kind of how it works. So may your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy. Hopefully, everything we do has a little play in it. North Node in Gemini is suggesting we move that way as a collective and individuals. That's the karma which we're executing right now as a species. So, apophyllite. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Apophyllite. Can I see it? All right. Apophyllite. What it is, and you can quantumly entangle with this. What it is. Apophyllite acts. Apophyllite, 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 acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent. Often secured, travel is 9th house Sagittarius energy, so traveling here. Often sourced from the enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra and Yoga, as well as, Tantra and Yoga it's talking about, and she's Durga. She's from India, right? The feminine kind of Shakti powerful force, so a lot of resonance already here. Often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, Yoga, and Nagchampa, apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good. Friday, Venus Day, feel good. Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel, and pray. When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target. Sagittarius Sun, Arrow, moving target, Mercury in Sagittarius. When you feel skeptical about your true purpose on Earth. When you feel like your yeah but thoughts are dishonoring the most innermost you. North Node in Gemini, we have to deal with the shadow of double-mindedness in a negative polarized way. Beam yourself up, way up, it says. And this is like beaming yourself up way up with the Kundalini. That's how you beam yourself up the highest, right? Don't deceive yourself. Magic is possible at multiple levels. Don't wait till desperate times to try to part the oceans, or the Red Sea. You could do magic at other times. Don't let your ego and your limitations kind of guide you. Play well with yourself and others internally as well as externally, as above so below. That's a choice of will. That's a choice point. You get to build bridges. This is building the ultimate bridge, Kundalini bridge, or you get to put up walls, and that's why this wall is here. And it's like beyond the wall is unity. But you can make this division if you want. It's your karma, whatever's clever. Use your will, though, properly. There's Durga. Use your will well. As Duchamp is saying, may your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy, as in bring some play into your life. And this is also saying when you're taking spirituality too seriously, like beam yourself up way up with a puff light, like lighten up, bring in some truth that is fun and playful, hopefully not at the expense of yourself or others. So let's go ahead and play some music. I thought I was going to play my acoustic, so I'm not even set up, but I'm going to set up my electric because I feel like rocking out a little. I got a lot of kind of energy. I've been binging so much. So doing a lot of things. So I need to just play my electric guitar. That's how I feel about it. Alright. So with the Two of Cups as the card, and the clarifier is the Five of Earth, we've got to be careful that we're not deceiving ourselves and playing a deceptive game with others. Love is a battlefield, sometimes they say, right? Like, don't be like fooling yourself or others in love. Try to be honest and honorable. I'm engaged to a Virgo, Sun conjunct Jupiter exactly, so she's pretty honorable. And that can be hard for my trickster ass sometimes. But, you know, serious play. That's kind of how it is. Work hard, play hard. Two of Cups. You have polarity within you, and there's polarity without. Accept it and alchemize with it. Haha. My intuition's strong. I was like, this feels like it's going to go. And it did. I'm going to get a new strap where it, like, buckles. Snaps on. So, what we have is this kind of like intimate mode with 2 of cups, right? Where things are making love, basically Taoism, right? Opposites are coming together in a beautiful way, representing themselves to a 3rd level, right? They break on through to the other side. We need to just stop listening to our egos and deceiving ourselves with just like self-interest. There's a self-interest that lets go. There's a self-interest that lets go, and that creates a 3rd path, right? Instead of just holding on to identity. That's going to lead to a lot of more desperation if you hold on. If you cling to illusions, ultimately, you're going to be more desperate than if you're not. Though you still have willpower. You still have this Durga energy, right? There she is. You have this power to submit your will or to hold on to it at all costs, right? Hold on loosely because it's a big old joke, and you should be bringing humor into the joke that is life. May your bathroom humor leave a serious legacy. North Node in Gemini. But with so much Sagittarius energy, beam yourself up, way up. Freya's day, willpower day, right? Durga is the solar plexus chakra. Beam yourself up with apophyllite and go to the highest truths you can. Sagittarius is truth with a capital T, so you can accomplish that yourself internally as well as with others, knowing your identity but holding on loosely, knowing you are changeable and yet eternal. Paradox abounds. I know it can get very frustrating for people, not Geminis as much because we are paradoxical, but that is what it is. Hopefully you have a good day. Check out the podcast. We just had Lucky Barrett on. She's really cool. Great podcast about travel and psychedelics and art and the direction of humanity and evolution. Cool stuff. Check her out. As well as hit me up for a reading if you want. Love giving them. People like getting them. 5 stars only. Can't complain about that. And ultimately, guys, yeah, try to Friday, Freya, like make love. Venus, love yourself, love each other. Don't love yourself in an egotistical way past a point. That's deception. It's too easy. It leads to desperate situations later when you realize you needed more balance, right? Balance in the willpower. Don't just be like a narcissist, basically, right? Make your bathroom humor leave a legacy, so have fun, be playful, but be profound simultaneously. Beam yourself up with apophyllite way up. Sagittarius, shoot for the farthest goal and see where you hit. Have a beautiful Friday.